Hello and welcome to the Teens in AI podcast. Happy International Women's Day from the whole Teens in AI podcast team. To celebrate International Women's Day, at Teens in AI we're currently holding our annual global Girls in AI Hackathon across 25 countries with over 1,000 participants, 150 speakers and 500 mentors and organisers. The lead organisers really are the glue of this event. Without them, it would just not be possible to get so many young people from so many different backgrounds learning about AI. So for this special episode, we talked to 5 of them and the founder and CEO of Teens in AI, Elena, to find out a little more about them and their hackathons. We hope you enjoy listening to them as much as we enjoyed chatting with them.
Hi, I'm Supriya Bhualka and I'm hosting the Girls in AI 2021 in India.
My name is Suhana Sahib and my hackathon is taking place in Fiji.
I am Andrea Giorgio and my hackathon is going on Romania.
My name is Amna Habiba. I'm from Pakistan. I'm a 15-year-old student.
So my name is Ramz Rizkallah. Our hackathon is taking place in Bethlehem, Palestine, virtually actually, or online, via Zoom and Discord server.
Hi, my name is Elena Sinel. I am the founder of Teens in AI.
And can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to establish the Girls in AI Global Hackathon?
The Girls in AI Global Hackathon is our annual campaign. We have been running this for 3 years now, and this third campaign is the biggest campaign we've ever run. In December, when we started the outreach, just to see whether anyone would want to join our campaign, we anticipated perhaps not more than 10 countries to engage with at this level, because last year we've run this hackathon in 7 countries around the world. But as it happens, we've had more than 50 responses, and eventually we have selected 20 countries around the world who were ready to partner with us on this journey.
So how did you hear about Teens in AI?
So my first experience with Teens in AI was a hackathon that I participated in back in October and even won 3rd place. But that was the first time that I got the chance to explore AI in a very unique and different approach. Then in January, I signed up as a mentor for the Teens in AI France hackathon, where I got to understand and see things from a very different perspective. And then I signed up for this global campaign.
I heard about Teens in AI from LinkedIn. This is my first hackathon that I'm organizing. And the reason I wanted to do it was because I want to create more awareness of AI, especially in women, because there is a disparity in tech.
Many people in Fiji, youngsters in Fiji, they do not know where and how to explore the tech world from an early age, but then Teens in AI is a very good initiative that they get to gain exposure from.
I heard from Teens in AI because I was a moderator at the first time on Teens in AI, and I was even a participant because I started with this thing of being a participant and really trying to understand my passion about and what really is AI. Then I become a volunteer, start by being a moderator, then an ambassador, and it was really an amazing experience. And to see that I can inspire teens all over the world was something so amazing for me. So then I say, okay, now I inspire approximately the whole world. Now what will be to just start inspire my country? And that's how I started with AI Romania Hackathon.
And it will be an interesting event to monitor and just to see how they all approach a similar program from a different perspective. And that is really a very interesting one for me to observe and for me to highlight to the rest of the world, that there are these incredible girls from all over the world who all have got passions, who all are driven by a purpose. And I wanted the world to see that these young women are the ones we need to invest into now, because they ultimately will be the ones to drive the future of technology in the future. And now is this opportunity that we all have to inspire them, to show them that we believe in them, and we want to see them express their voices through the medium of technology.
What I'm hoping to do is by the end of the hackathon that the children, are inspired to take up AI and to learn more about how relevant AI is, how accessible it is, and how much fun it is. And they can use AI for good.
I hope that by the end of the hackathon, they will learn what artificial intelligence is about, like at least get the basic idea of what artificial intelligence is. Maybe like come up with their project that can actually help Palestine move forward and maybe eradicate COVID-19, as this is our problem that we're going to be brainstorming. Also, I hope that they will learn what business model canvases are and how to build like a successful or like an amazing business model. Also, what the stages of design thinking are and how to come up with a brilliant idea or a creative one.
I really hope that each and every participant learns what I had learned from my first hackathon, is that if you get inspired by something, you will have the opportunity, the platform open for you to inspire others, and that the journey doesn't end in one hackathon, the journey continues.
In your hackathon, what are you most excited about? Is it a speaker, a workshop, working with a team, seeing what they will produce?
So the thing that I'm most excited about this hackathon is seeing projects made by teens. So seeing teens go through the same process that I went through back in October, and seeing what new and unpredictable things they created.
I'm excited to see the projects at the end. Like I know it's going to be the longest hackathon so far. It's a 10-day hackathon, but then at the end, I'm excited to see what the students are going to come up with. So I'm excited for the projects and their ideas.
I think the part that is the most exciting is to see the teens really inspired, to see that I can change something in them, like their point of view, their perspective on this life, and to really see that it was really an impactful thing for them, not really just a normal hackathon or something that really changed their lives and their way of thinking, and really make them to think, okay, I really can change the world.
Children need to be aware of what happens to their data. Children need to understand how to create algorithm responsibly, because ultimately they will be the ones to shape that world of technology. And if they don't have that understanding now, it will be quite a struggle for the industry in the future to upskill and train them. So all of this fundamental knowledge needs to be taught in schools in the most engaging way, emphasizing the importance of working together collaboratively, solving real problems.
If you could solve one problem, what would it be?
Well, currently, as I see how Palestine is suffering so much from COVID-19, it would be eradicating COVID-19, or at least fixing what it has left behind.
It'd be online education.
I will solve the problem of inequality in the world between males and females.
So the one problem I would like to solve is, this is my dream, to create a bot, which is patient, kind, and all-knowing, and who can be the superstar teacher for all the children.
How would your friends describe you in 3 words, Elena?
Oh my goodness, Kate. In 3 words, you should ask my friends, not me. 3 words. People describe me unstoppable. They say, you're just doing everything everywhere. So yeah, so unstoppable is one. The second word is Wonder Woman. This, for some reason, has been my title amongst all of the organizers, and recently as well, and I think somebody in the team calls me Wonder Woman as well. So yes, Unstoppable, Wonder Woman, and the third one, I'm not sure. Kate, what's the third word? 3 words.
Am I allowed to say sleep deprived?
Sleep deprived. Yeah. Very much so, yes. It's a little bit 24/7 at the moment. So Unstoppable, Wonder Woman, and definitely sleep deprived at the moment. Yes.
How would your friends describe you in 3 words?
I think they would say I'm determined. Like whatever I put my mind to, I just do it at the end. I'm also creative. They would probably say that I'm also good at, or like I'm a good leader. I actually have heard that a couple of times, either throughout this hackathon or before that. So yeah, I think they would say those 3.
When I want something, I really get that. Probably very friendly. I really know how to communicate, and they are just amazed about the fact that I really know what I want to do in my life.
Charismatic, unique, and social.
Passionate, crazy, inspirational.
Crazy, extremely passionate, and somebody who thinks they can conquer the world.
What's the secret to winning the international competition, Elena?
Yes, the secret to winning any competition at Teens in AI is communicate early and communicate well, I would say. Time and time again, I notice it's a trend almost in every single hackathon where, the teams that engage from day one and they figure out their superpowers from day one and they work together collaboratively, these are the teams that always go quite far ahead in the competition. The second most important thing, I think, is finding a real problem. And that is probably the hardest thing to do, because the challenges that everyone is tackling, some of them are quite broad. I mean, climate change, for instance. What is it within climate change that we can realistically tackle within a space of 1 week? And that is often a really difficult task for each team. If they can nail that problem on the first day, or at least by the end of the second day, then they are on a really, really good footing. And it's a great start for the team. Sometimes we see teams that argue for days and days, figuring out or trying to decide or vote on the problem they want to tackle. And somebody says, no, it should be mental health. And somebody else says, no, it's climate change. And this persistent sort of arguments, they probably won't help the team at all. So I would say, for the purposes of this competition, try and agree on the challenge that you all are more or less happy to tackle, you're all passionate about, and just agree from day one. Because we have had teams who still would not decide until at least day 4 or 5, and then they are in panic because they just haven't got all of the ingredients yet. They don't have their prototype, they haven't created any code, they don't have a deck ready, because they're still wondering, what will that problem be? So then first, communicate and communicate well, agree on everyone's superpower from day one. The second is find a real problem and try and find a solution to that problem based on the severity. Find a real pain, I would say, and make sure that pain is so painful that people would want to pay to remove that pain. So because obviously it's a commercial aspect is an important part of this competition. And the third, I would say, definitely ask for help. And it's something I noticed with this generation. They really struggle to ask for help. Probably not only this generation, I think every generation. And it's also very much a girl's thing. You know, we think that if I ask a question, what if they think I am stupid, right? And I think what we need to really do at this stage is really learn to ask for help when we really have that something we're stuck on. And if we don't, because obviously time is of essence in this competition, you will just run out of time. So make sure whenever you're stuck, first port of call is Google. See if you can Google that question, and maybe somebody has already had a problem like this or has an answer. There you go. My Google is responding to me now. The second thing you would want to do is ask your friends, because maybe your friends already have a solution or an answer to that problem. The third one, if nobody knows the answer, obviously ask your mentor. And then I would say, ask the organizers, who probably are quite experienced in your Discord. So definitely don't wait. Do ask for help as soon as you possibly can, because there will be a lot of people who will be willing to help you. So those are the three things I would focus on.
So you strongly believe that your team will win the international competition?
I really hope so, and I strongly believe that, because I will try my best, and I am motivating my participants as well to try their best to give in their 100%, to give in their 101%.
Of course. I mean, I hope they do. I mean, after 10 days of like constant workshops and mentorship on Discord and, tutorials, resources, they better win the international hackathon. I'm just kidding. I hope they do.
Maybe, who knows, we might win the international competition.
Yes. In fact, I think it's going to be difficult for the judges.
Why do you think it's so important to get girls into tech and STEM?
Some girls may say that I want to become a doctor from a young age, but then a very few are there to say that I will become a software engineer or an IT specialist or a programmer when I grow up. So I want to build that confidence in young girls that the tech world is open for all, not only for males, but also for females.
And the reason why we wanted to run this campaign is because we feel women and girls in particular have been disproportionately affected as a result of the pandemic. We really do want to make a stance, and we want to show the world that now is a very important time to invest into women, to make sure that we somehow do not reverse the progress that we have already made. This year's International Women's Day's theme is Choose to Challenge. And I think what we are here to demonstrate is that there are a lot of girls around the world who really need opportunities to connect, to work together, to tackle something that they all are really passionate about. There are girls in India right now, today, already starting on this journey in their hackathon, wanting to tackle climate change, education, wanting to tackle various other issues that they are really passionate about. And there will be girls in San Francisco, there will be girls in Syria, in Palestine, in Pakistan, in Kazakhstan, in Romania.
If I talk in my own context here in Pakistan, so there's this stereotype that girls can't go into STEM fields, or STEM fields are made only for boys. So even if there's a small issue with your laptop or maybe your mobile phone, people usually go and ask boys instead of girls. So there's this thing that has been surrounding gender, and has been a very big factor as to why we have a very big gender gap in AI and tech field here in Pakistan. But I think that we need to eradicate this barrier.
I think that it's one thing that I really want everyone to know is the fact that Teens and AI really make an amazing and a fabulous thing with this hackathon and accelerate and workshop, because for me it was the point that really changed my entire life. Before that, I even do not recognize my life before my first hackathon at Teens and AI. And now that I see me in this point, I know what I want to do in the future, what are my goals. I know that I really can do everything that is in my mind, because how they motivate and inspire me, I was so amazed about the whole characteristic and the whole perspective of these hackathons that they made, that I think that everyone really could have a chance to make on this hackathon will be, I don't know, the best decision ever, because I know that a lot of teens are so afraid and not comfortable to go and hackathons, because they are afraid that, okay, I do not know to do nothing. I do not to code. What I do, because I do not have time, because it's not about time. It's a fact about that they are afraid to get out from their comfort zone. And I think that if you really manage to go on one hackathon, that will be life-changing, really.
We hope you enjoyed this special episode of the Teens and AI podcast. Do tune in next week, where we'll be hearing from more leading figures in the world of AI. If you would like to get involved in a future hackathon, do sign up to our newsletter at www.teensandai.com. Stay up to date with the latest podcasts by following us on Instagram and Twitter at Teens and AI Pod. Until then, happy International Women's Day!